Nissan Z's pricing is finally out, and we're talking in U.S. dollars. Um, let's break it down. See if it's actually worth the money. Okay, so the Nissan Z U.S. dollar pricing has been released. Um, I can say that I'm kind of disappointed. I wish I wish Nissan did one more thing with their pricing, and I think it would have been a perfect launch. Let me dive into this. So with the new Nissan Z, there's three different trims. So there's going to be Sport, Performance, and Protospec. Sport is technically their base model. Okay, this base model starts at $41,015, which includes $1,025 destination charge. So technically, the car starts at 39,990 some dollars. Like, okay, I get it. Back in 2021, I think it was in August or so, Nissan actually releasing that their base model Z will be starting around 40,000. So, I mean, they delivered, right? So, there's no complaint about that. I was hoping for more of a 39 range in the instead of a 41 range, but semantics, whatever. And with the current market showing that a median pricing of a brand new car is at $41,000, I guess this isn't bad. You're getting a V6 twin turbo rear wheel drive sports car that's brand new out of the factory with 400 horsepower. You really can't complain about the pricing that starts at. However, the sport model is really not sport at all. It's missing the most important key thing when it comes to rear wheel drive sports cars or even front wheel drive sports cars. I mean, all sports cars in general. It's missing LSD, limited slip differential. So, for those of you that don't know what LSD is, it allows, I mean, the easiest way to put it, I'm not going to go into super technical stuff, but it allows for two wheels to spin together. Okay? So, without LSD, the wheel that has less friction will spin, whereas in the one with a lot of friction will lose power. So technically, if you are sliding through a turn, the wheel that's actually gripping the pavement is not going to be the one turning or putting down power without LSD. So this makes the car very, very hard to control when it comes to performance driving. So if you're coming out, if you're canyon carving, if you're going to a track and trying to exit out a corner fast, you can't. You're putting the power to the wheel that's really not gripping the pavement at all. So if anything, you're just gonna spin out, or you're just not gonna go anywhere, and you're just gonna smoke one tire. And we call that one tire fire. If you try to do a burnout, only one tire is gonna spin. So this is really not the trait you want to see in a sports car. The second tier to the Nissan Z is the performance tier, the performance spec as they call it. The problem with this performance spec is it's $10,000 more. So from $41,015, now it jumps to $51,015. That is a huge jump between specs. Okay, but for $10,000, you do get upgrades that are worth more than $10,000 in my opinion. So you're going to get the mechanical LSD, the limited slip differential we just talked about. You're going to get larger front and rear brakes with painted calipers, which I assume is going to be done by Brembo. I mean, that's pretty much the industry standard. And anybody that really makes cars that are sporty will work with Brembo with their top tier cars. So most likely it's going to be Brembo brakes. Raise 19-inch forged wheels. So raise is again, one of those industry standards. You have a sports car, you're going to offer raised wheels, and they're forged wheels, so they're going to be very, very strong. They're going to be light, so it's a good package. Okay, you get a better set of tires. You end up getting launch control, rev match system for the manuals. You get a different front spoiler, rear spoiler, and then on the inside, you also get a nine inch screen instead of an 8-inch screen. You get the HomeLink garage door opener, Bose 8 speaker audio system, heated seats, power seats, heated side mirrors. So it comes with a lot of goodies for $10,000, and honestly, for $10,000, it's pretty much a bargain for the amount of things you get. But why am I disappointed? Here's the disappointment: Nissan is not letting you choose options on these specs. Meaning, you get a sport package. That's it. You can't opt to buy additional equipment. Like you can't equip it with LSD because sport doesn't come with LSD. Period. There's no option for you to pay another $2,000 or $3,000 for the LSD. If you want that LSD, you will have to fork over $10,000 and get the performance spec, no matter what. It doesn't matter if you don't want the 9-inch screen, if you don't want the heated mirrors, you know, that doesn't matter. If you want that LSD, you're paying 10 grand and you're going to performance spec. So that's where my complaint is. If you're truly building an enthusiast car, why would you limit your enthusiast from buying your sport package with LSD? It just had to be another 1,200, 1,300, or even a $2,000 upgrade. People would have paid for that. And by doing so, it would have really made the Z competitive against the Supra. At $41,000, it is by far a way better car than the Supra 4-cylinder. Okay, so that's where the pricing comes in. Supra 4-cylinder model actually starts at $43,000. So at $41,000, having that V6 400 horsepower, it's a freaking bargain, right? But is it even fair to compare this car to the 2.0? I mean, it should be they should be looking at how these people want to buy a V6 twin turbo, and they're undercutting Supra by $10,000, or so it looks like. But their 3.0 Supra comes with the LSD already, comes with Brembos already, comes with bigger wheels already. I mean, there's so much that the Supra offers at $51,000 point that you have to get the performance model in order to compete with the Supra. And at that point, it's pretty much the same price. The Z, $51,015. The Supra, $51,890. You see what I'm saying here? If you were able to buy the sport package, the sport spec, at $41,000 and add $2,000 of an optional LSD in it, that would have been $43,000, which would have been the same price as the 2.0 Supra. The 2.0 Supra, pretty much at that point, Nissan Z would take every single sale of the 2.0 Supra and bring it over to their sport line. Period. I mean, it makes so much sense for them to offer LSD in the sport model because that is where the 99.9% of enthusiasts will go for, because we're going to mod the crap out of the car. We don't need to have all these fancy gadgets. People that are looking at the Z, that were holding off from buying a Supra and waiting for the Z, one, it was for the manual transmission. But Supra's taking care of that, aren't they? They're going to come out with the manual transmission soon. And two, they wanted to wait because it was a cheaper car to get into. Supra was actually priced pretty high for a lot of people, for a lot of enthusiasts to try to get into and start modifying. You know, $51,000 is not chump change. It's actually a pretty high price vehicle. And when Nissan said it was going to start at $40,000, people cheered. People really wanted to love the car. And I think they fell short because they decided, hey, sport, performance, Protospec. Here are the three specs. You can't choose any options for it. They're really trying to force people into paying $51,000 for all the stuff they don't need or want. Now let's move on. I can't sit here and cry about what Nissan did for 20 minutes. So the next step up is the Protospec. Protospec, as the name suggests, is it's based off of the prototype they released, the 400Z prototype. Before we realized their name was going to be just Z. So it is that faded yellow color. Um, it comes with bronze raised wheels instead of the gray ones that comes from factory with the sport model, or it might be black. Yeah, it's grayish black. Okay, but yeah, the this one comes with bronze, comes with that yellow color paint, comes with yellow brake calipers, has yellow accents on the inside, yellow stitching, and they bump up the price slightly to um, $915. So this one, I mean, it's cool. I mean, you're not paying a lot of more money to buy the Proto, but the Proto, they're only making a very limited amount for the Proto. They're only making. Oh, I'm sorry, I got the pricing wrong. The Protospec actually runs at $54,015. So it's $3,000 over the performance model. But I mean, it's still not that bad. Okay, if you're already spending $10,000 over the sport model, what's another 3,000? But with that said, the prototype is going, or the Protospec is only going to be made in a limited numbers, and that's 240 prototypes this year. I'm not sure if they're going to be building more like every year, but I have a feeling this is going to be a very, very limited vehicle either way. Um, so the only thing that I would recommend on the person that should buy the Z Proto Spec is the people that are going to keep it completely stock, that may keep the miles very low or no miles on it at all and just store it for years to come. Because at the end of the day, there's a month ago, or so there was an S2000 with, I think it was like 100 and some miles on it, that sold for like $200,000. Ridiculous. But I mean, that's what happens when the car is a limited edition car with that's been kept tip top shape. So I think this car has the potential to do that in the future. So for a person that's going to buy the car, modify it, enthusiast, way of building their cars, put a wide body kit on it, put wheels on it, intake, exhaust, tune, blah, 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 blah. I don't think that person should be spending extra money for Protospec. I don't think it's worth it because one, when we mod a car, we're ruining the car. Okay, so we're not really, in our eyes it might be upgrading, but in the rest of the world's eyes, we're ruining a perfectly fine car. So if we're gonna ruin a perfectly fine car, I say either stick with the performance trim or the sport trim. At this point, I'm sure down the road there's going to be LSDs available in the aftermarket that you'll be able to get for the sport trim. It's just kind of sucks that it's not on an OEM option. So if you are planning on buying this car to modify and really take it to the track, have fun with it, drive through the canyons, really, really, really wring the performance out of the car, I would say go with the sport model. If you want a car that is completely stock, yeah, you don't want to touch it, you just want to have fun the way it is out of the factory, performance model. If you want to put the car away and hope that it's going to go up in value and become a classic down the road, the Proto Spec. So that's how the three breaks down. Um, so yeah, that pretty much concludes the video for today. I hope that kind of clears up the three different models, the specs for you, and I try to give you a direction on which model to go for, and depending on the type of person you are. So hopefully that helps you out as well. I will bring you more news as they come out. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell as new videos come out 3 times a week. And there's also a live stream once a month that we'll go over different types of subjects, talk about different things with Norman from Alpha Speed. So yeah, I will see you on the next one, and thanks for watching.